Okay, so picture this. You are the most powerful person on Earth, the undisputed ruler of the Roman Empire.
A superpower.
Right, a superpower dealing with, massive corruption, a devastating plague, constant wars, and your biggest private concern is how to stop getting so annoyed by people.
It's an incredible thought, isn't it?
That's the contradiction at the heart of Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. This isn't a theory book, it's a private notebook from the 2nd century. We're going to give you an audio overview of the essential insights from this philosopher king, specifically how he tackled control, character, and death.
And you have to remember the context here. This was basically a working document. He was literally writing this stuff on campaign on the freezing military frontier.
Yeah.
It's not a polished text for an audience. It's a daily training log.
A training log, I like that. So let's unpack his foundational idea, this dichotomy of control.
Yeah.
He keeps coming back to the point that almost everything we worry about is outside our control. Your health, your reputation, politics, what other people choose to do. And if you're listening to this, you might be thinking, okay, doesn't that just lead to apathy?
You'd think so, but no, not at all. That's really the genius of it. Your agency, your power, lives only in your judgments and your actions, your capacity for wisdom, justice, courage.
Everything else is just noise.
He calls it indifferent. Think of it this way. A hailstorm ruins your crops. The storm isn't good or bad, it just is. What matters is how you choose to respond. It's about not wasting your emotional energy on things you just can't influence.
Okay, but let me push back on that for a second. Isn't it a little convenient for the most powerful man in the world to dismiss things like fame and wealth?
That's a really fair challenge. But for him, the pressure of that power made this discipline essential, not optional. He was constantly reminding himself that other people's opinions are basically worthless because they're so unstable.
So it was a tool to cope with the pressure.
Exactly. His answer to privilege was to scrutinize himself even more, not to relax.
All right, so if he's that focused on what he can't control, how does he handle the one thing nobody can control, death? He uses it as this lens for clarity.
He comes back to it constantly.
But not in a morbid way. His logic is, life is short, we'll all be dust soon, so don't waste the time you have on petty distractions or vanity.
And that's incredibly practical. He urges himself to concentrate every minute on the task at hand because only this present moment is really yours. The past is gone. The future is hypothetical.
It's not YOLO.
No, it's not yellow hedonism at all. It's not enjoy today because we die tomorrow. It's act with integrity today because you might die tomorrow. It's a totally different framing.
Which brings us to the unique format of the book itself. It's not a beautiful essay. It's just repetitive notes to himself. He's scolding himself, hammering home the same principles again and again. It really is a training log.
And the repetition is the point. That's the key. Character isn't built by just, reading a theory once. It's built through small, deliberate, consistent practice.
Like an athlete running drills.
Exactly like that. Or someone building a habit today. He was training his mind to default to reason and justice, not to emotional reaction.
So what's the ultimate takeaway for us today?
I think.
It seems like it's a model for resilience, for integrity, under just extreme pressure. Yeah. It reminds you that you are responsible for how you think and act, even when the world outside is completely chaotic.
Building on that, Marcus's vision emphasizes that humans are made for cooperation like hands or feet working together. He asks us to see others, even the ones who annoy us, as fellow citizens of a shared, rational world.
A global community.
Right. So here's something to think about. If we take that seriously, does this commitment to a shared humanity demand that we loosen our attachment to our specific tribe or party? And if it does, how do we balance that with having strong group identities? It's a tough question.